Thanks, Gaza. Yeah. Have a wonderful. For the 13th time in the 20th of July. Good evening, friends! Good evening. Wow, good evening. And welcome one and all to a wonderfully special service for so many reasons. First of all, we have passed the age of 13. Little Port Christian Spiritualist is now a teenager. With all of the risks, dangers and worries that comes with it. I might have a second childhood. And of course, we have friends from the good old days, the newer days, the current days. We have friends who've traveled from near and far. And I welcome each one of you to your 13th birthday, the 13th birthday of Little Port Christian Spiritualists in its current form and format, because it truly is all about you. I was having a conversation with a gentleman just this weekend, and yes, I am referring to your husband as a gentleman, Eileen. He said, if anyone ever came along and said, here's a building, what would you do? And I said, well, a church is not the bricks and mortar. Little Port Village Hall, don't get me wrong, is the home that spiritualism in Little Port has had for just over 27 years. And it means a great deal to us. But the church, you're right there. Okay. You're fine. It's like old times, isn't it? Just keep it, yeah. But a church, my friends, is not the bricks and mortar. It's its people. And so you are the church. And Little Port is you. And so our 13th birthday truly is our 13th birthday. So happy birthday, everyone. 13 years of Little Port Christian Spiritualism. They said you won't last 6 months. Well, we beat that by 12 and a half years. So here's to the next 13. Of course, 13 is a magical number. We tried to get 13 ministers up front, but we've only got 3. So 10 are in spirit. And there's probably more than that, let's be honest with you. But tonight, it is an absolute wonderful pleasure to welcome not only friends, but colleagues from the Independent Spiritualist Alliance, of which we are part. Please welcome our mediums tonight, Reverend Tony Swindells and Reverend Jean Pearson. So we know we're going to have a good night. We know that the plans are already afoot for next year. I think it's a yes to the 30th next year, man. And speaking of plans, as well as obviously the wonderful joys of having you tonight, we ain't finished celebrating. I know I spoke about it last week, but I'll say it again. If you are interested, we're having a bit of an outing tomorrow. So anyone who is interested, please have a word at the end so we can plot and plan. But tomorrow we intend to descend, I think is probably the right and appropriate word. But we're all going to the shrine of Our Lady in Walsingham and going to take part in the sprinkling of the well service, if they'll have us. I'm sure they will. But we're all going to see the healing properties of that water and see what happens in that wonderful place. Because all ways of life have their importance, and all ways of life have an origin. And that origin is spirit. The differences of opinion, the changes, the twists, the tweaks, they're all made by people. So we have a responsibility, I believe that might be a spiritualist principle, to reset the clock and rebuild that unity of spirit and recognize the truer origins of all ways of life. And those origins are the people we'll be talking to tonight through our mediums, Tony and Jean, and quite a few others too. So if you're interested, we are going to be planning to arrive in Walsingham tomorrow at 10:30. Kaza doesn't have a choice because she's in my car. But if you're interested, come and see us and chat at the end, and we'll make plans firm. Of course, friends, this is the same as any other week in regards to the order of service. So let's join together and open this service in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love, of hope, and of friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we place this service in your care and keeping, Great Spirit, we ask that the veil be lifted, that our loved ones draw close and prove the continuity of life, to raise the vibrations of love and compassion and healing and of joy. And so we place this service in your care and keeping and make that statement as ever, that everything we do is in love, truth, and in light. Amen. Well, friends, of course, when it comes to the order of service, I'm all a little bit of a 6 and a 7 tonight, but now is the time in our service when, of course, I've got something to say about notices. But it's the end of the month, so we haven't got much to say about July, but boy, have I got plenty to say about August, because on the 2nd of August from 12 until 4, we are having our first open day of the year. We've got another one planned for, where is she? Another one planned for December. Is it December? It's December. But in this hall, on the 2nd of August, we've got an open day. We've got mediumship and food. We've got crafts and food. We've got the tombola and food. They're well trained, I tell you. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful open day, and that's in this hall, 12 till 4 on the 2nd of August. And of course, next month, the drumming circle will be back in the hall, and that is on the 3rd Sunday of the month, and that is from 10:30 until 1. Oh, it's 10 now, is it? It must have changed. I'm sure you said a different time last week. Didn't you, dear? So it's from 10 until 1 on the 3rd Sunday of the month. Shamanic drum healing and healing circle afterwards. Excellent, good fun and upliftment. Thank you to Eileen for hosting us this month. Oh, it was it? Oh, yeah. There you go. I take it back. Yes, so it's 10 until 1 this coming month. And then, of course, on the second Sunday of the month, we have our workshop as well. Details will be posted over the next couple of days about that. So it's going to be a really, really, really busy month again. And it's really, really quite exciting. In terms of the rest of the service, you know what time it is. It's time for that bit where we talk about what is spiritualism, the philosophy of our way of life. One of the things that has happened over this time, not just this last 13 years, but 27 years, is that journey of evolution and exploration that we have in this way of life. I'm reminded that it's 13 years ago and 27 years ago, the reading always came before the philosophy. We would have the reading and the medium would give some philosophy just before the demonstration. But along the way, we made a couple of tweaks and changes. So now we have philosophy before the reading to see if they connect in. One of the things that I've learned about my deacon Eunice is so long as I get a tree in, I'll be fine. But seriously, although certain paths, certain directions, certain procedures may have changed over the years, the root and the cause has always been of one thing: to prove life eternal, to bring laughter, love, and joy. The fact that we can stand here and have a bit of a giggle, a bit of a joke, a bit of a laugh, that might be in some people's lives a one instance in a week where somebody can have a laugh. In my old job in retail, we had many people come in on a Sunday morning. It was the only time that they'd actually see somebody. They were appreciative of the contact. We here today are appreciative of the contact with spirit because we thought that they would never be able to reach out to us, to tell us how they are and what's going on. But each week with mediumship, with spiritualism, in all the churches, in all the land, we prove that that is not the case and that they can and that they do and that they want to, because communities are built, and communities are built on emotion and love. And love, my friends, is eternal. Love is what binds us all together. Love is what keeps us moving forward. Love is what's kept this church going for 13 years. Love is what keeps us all coming back together. No matter how far we travel back home, we always end up swinging back to us, each other. Because love, like human souls, like all souls, like the universe, is eternal. And when love is eternal, it is the thread that weaves us all into one beautiful tapestry of life, of unity and compassion. Of course, there are times along the path where there are differences of how should we do that? Why would we do that? We know, of course, from what I was saying earlier on, is that that's how different religions are formed, because of the minutiae of detail. But the true, most important detail is what Spirit said right at the beginning of every creation of faith. Love is eternal. So allow your compassion and allow your hearts to be open and filled by connection, by unity, by laughter and joy and upliftment. Because in doing so, you're opening your hearts to a greater truth. The truth that that is the thing that keeps them coming back to us week after week. And it's certainly the thing that keeps me coming back to this place week after week. So be uplifted, be of compassion, be of love, for that is the true eternal, and it really will bind us all together for as long as we live, which is, of course, forever. So thank you for listening, and God bless you all. And so now, of course, is the time in our service when we do test the spirits and see if the reading does sync up. As it's our 13th birthday, I hope so. But please welcome to the front to give us our reading tonight, Reverend Eunice Spinks.
When I look around this room, I just see why I am here. All the lovely faces, it really does become quite clear. On our 13th birthday, you help us celebrate 13 years of being here, from now until quite late. We have some special friends tonight who've joined us from afar to join the ones that live nearby on this, our special day. I am so very proud of Nick, of what he has achieved. He will say it's not to do with him, but this is not to be believed. He has supported many in their hours of need without a question why. So much he does behind the scene as every day goes by. It's not just Nick, if truth be told. It's a family formed, a treasure to behold. So thank you, each and every one of you, for supporting as you do. Together we will all go on to help each other through. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that what a beautiful reading and / writing, of course. It is to be acknowledged that Eunice spends some time each week writing something for us in prose and meter and rhyme as well. So thank you, Eunice, for a beautiful reading. Of course, now in this service, we come to one of the most important facets of mediumship, that of healing. So in a moment, oh, you're right. Was it close enough to say MS? That's one of the things that I've nicked off you, by the way. Every time someone sneezes, I say the truth. I'll come to that in a bit. Now is the time in our service when we send out our healing thoughts to all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort. I will also say that I'm going to hand over to our healing leader in a moment to lead us in that healing. For those that haven't been in a while, or those that have never been before, just remember that when you are asked if you'd like some healing, put your hand up and keep it up until someone is standing behind you, because then we'll know where to go. But to lead us through our healing, please welcome to the front our healing leader, Tony. The other Tony.
Very confusing with all these Tonys in the hall. From the healing book, when we get to it, please send your healing thoughts to the following: Sarah Carroll, Paul the bald baker who's still not well, John Stratton, Amy Pearson. If I could pronounce that, I would. Looks like somebody McKissick, Peter Harningham, and Paige. So those people need your healing thoughts. If you would like some hands-on or near hands-on or close healing, please raise a hand. Blimey, that's good. If you are a healer or you're prepared to give some healing, please go to where there is a hand raised. Oh, I'll come there. That's fine. Are we all there? Yeah, looks like it. Thank you. At this time, I always say much the same thing. Healers, you know what you've got to do. You know who you've got to ask. We always say, Great Spirit, please, will you send your healing powers down through to these healers? Let them do their work, but at the very same time, protect them from anything they don't want to receive. Healers, you have 3 minutes or so to do your very best right now.
Great Spirit, Father, Mother God, divine source of the universe and great Creator. Here we bring unto you all those listed in all the healing books throughout that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them, we ask for them now. Those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them, we ask for them now. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them, we ask for them now. We ask for them now. Now.
Thank you, healers. If you can just say your thank yous and bring yourselves back. And as I say every week, thanks for those of you who asked. It's the most important thing you do all week.
That's why it's set up with a little pin so I can hide. Right, back to main screen we go. There we go. Even got a smooth transition. Look, there we go. I second Tony's thanks to all those who sent out in healing. And I do thank those who asked too. There is, of course, one thing I haven't mentioned yet, and this was the moment I was waiting for. Earlier on, of course, I mentioned that some things change a little bit, some things change a lot. One thing that hasn't changed that much, with the exception of about 2 extra lines, in the last 13 years, in actual fact, in the last 27 years, was the healing prayer that you just listened to. Up until a couple of months ago, when we started in Circle playing with AI, and we turned the healing prayer into a healing song. And I just want to mention that my friend and my mentor, and the lady who started me off on this journey, who wrote that healing prayer 27 years ago in the front cover of a sparkly notebook out of W.H. Smith's, no less. Well decorated, don't get me wrong. Reverend Lynn is with us tonight, so thank you for coming on this special day. I would say I don't have to worry whether I've offended her by turning her words into a song, because she rang me about 5 minutes after she heard it a couple of months ago. So we are glad that you liked it. Beautiful, isn't it? A bit different, isn't it? I'll bet. Do you know what? I've got to say, in 27 years of knowing Lynn, the one thing that you know is you've done a good job if you hear the words, really weird man. Thank you. It took me 27 years. It was finally put my way. Absolutely, absolutely. That's it. That is it. So thank you for those words. And now a new generation can enjoy them. Like, for instance, our youngest member, who's back from last week after her naming service. Hello, Danica. It's good to see you again. She's taking it all in, bless her heart. But now is the time in the service where it's over to you to take it all in. Because I'm going to be handing over to Reverend Tony and Reverend Jean to lead us in our demonstration of mediumship. Should they come to you, please answer in a clear voice. Yes, no, don't know.
You
Oh,
don't
no,
want
we don't
those.
mind those. We don't mind those. It makes us work a bit harder. But don't feed the medium because they definitely will bite your hand off. And, of course, I am worried about saying, no, okay. Should the curtains start twitching and the chairs start spinning, you can follow me out the back door. I'll be the first one out because we don't do that here. But most of all, please welcome two very, very dear friends of mine for our mediumship demonstration tonight. Tony and Jean. May I
Get me the stick in case I move around. I don't want me falling on anybody. Good evening, everyone. Like he says, I'm the nosy one. I've got to be honest. I look around a lot to see where I'm going next. So please don't take offence if I'm staring at you. All right. And I also look because I like to see your loved ones in the world of spirit. So I can tell you a little bit more about them and what they look like. So I do tend to nosy a bit that way as well, because I want to give you as much evidence as possible to prove that life does continue. Just say yes or no. And I do get that a lot of people don't understand the way I talk. And I can't help it. I'm only from Rotherham, but you'd be surprised how many say, excuse me. A lot of people do say what she just said. So if you don't understand, Tony translates. All right, because I do have that problem where people say what she just said because I use some words different. Okay, but I don't know why I've got to come to you, sweetheart. I've been sat there and I've got this lovely lady and she keeps saying, you don't call me a lovely lady. You can call me a lady, but I'm not so much lovely. Because I do believe she would have had them moments where she could have been a bit feisty with people. All right. I do know she's a bit smaller than myself, darling, as she comes in. And I know we've got that little bit of covering. All right. I'm not going overly big because she says, don't make me bigger than what I am. But this is what she would have been. She would have been honest to you. If you said, do I look big in these clothes? She would have said, yeah, your bum looks big. Or she would have told you how she feels, you know, to help you out. Okay, sweetheart, and that's just how she's coming in. But when I said feel, she's saying that at the moment, it's as if you need that bit of upliftment, darling. You've lost some of that little spark. Can you understand that, sweetheart? No, if you don't, let's sort it out. Be honest, I want to sort it out. Well, you have done, right, because I'm not saying now, but she did say you'd lost that bit of spark, sweetheart. So if it was later on, I do apologise, it's me not heard properly. But I do know that you needed that bit of get up and go again, because it had gone. All right, darling, and she's there with that. And I do know that this time you have sensed this lady around your home, because she's saying, I'm in and out, I'm in and out. All right, but that's you sometimes, you're in and out, in and out. All right, you don't know if you've locked door because you've gone and then you come back, you know. And she's just saying that, and she's a lovely lady because that's what she's doing. But she's just trying to get you back to where you was, sweetheart. Okay, I know this lady would have had trouble around the knees and the feet because that's how she's making me feel, sweetheart. My knees are hurting and my feet swell at the end of the day. Okay, and you're having similar issues at the moment. All right, she's talking about that as well. She's giving me bicarb. She's giving me bicarbonated soda. I don't know if she used bicarbonated soda. It's a funny thing to fetch in, or she put it in with her feet. I don't. She just gave me a tub of bicarbonated soda. So will you please take note that I've given that and I don't know what for. I only know you put it in cabbage when I was little. You have got a cleaning one.
Oh, have you? Well, I don't know if I'm not saying you want looking, you want cleaning. No, I'm not saying that. But I only know that we put it in cabbage to froth your cabbage up. Yeah. Is that what it's for? I don't know. But can you? Did she write? Well, that's all she's given me, sweetheart, and I don't know why. She just threw it in and gave me this bicarbonated soda. All right, so I know there's a reason for that. Okay. She keeps shouting, Betty, Betty, but I don't believe that's her. But she keeps shouting. Is that her? I was going to say, I'm getting Betty, but I'm sorry, that's me. Then I didn't think it was her because she kept shouting Betty. All right, darling, she's coming in with that. But she's also bringing in, oh, bless her. She's bringing in the comedy, you know, the comedy acts like
Betty and Michael Crawford and people like that, because that's what she would have liked. And she says, I like that belly laugh. She liked that belly laugh. She says, and it kept me going. It kept me going. Okay, sweetheart. And I don't know, don't take this wrong way, because I don't like it. But she's just put you in a red dress, right? Oh God, don't say it's your best dress, because I've just said I don't like it. Because she's put you in this red dress, and I've got straps, and it's a bit. How can I put it, like pleated type thing on straps, but it's a bit longer. It's hard to explain. No, but I'm trying to be careful now. You're saying I don't want to offend you with this red dress, but that's what she's putting you in. This red dress, sweetheart, with straps, and it's a bit pleated and that. Well, that's a pleated. You can say ruffled. I'm from Rotherham. You're from here. All right, so we'll give you that, because that's how I've seen it. But she's putting you in that, sweetheart. And at first I thought she was having a bit of a joke, so I do apologise. But that's what she's putting you in. So I'm so sorry about that. But can I just say, and I'm going to be really careful how I say this, but can I say that all the ladies in your family can be a bit chesty? All right, so I'm trying to be careful here, because I could rest my plate on them. Pregnant ladies can rest the plate on the belly, but you can rest it on your boobs. All right. And she's just having a laugh about that, because she's saying, I'm sorry, but I'm only saying as I get told. And you
could have said it worse, love.
I know, I could have done. In Rotherham, I might have got away with it. But she's just making a laugh about that, sweetheart. All right, because she said you're always front and queue for things like that. Nobody were at back. If you're getting anything, you're at front to get it right. All right, and she's just having a laugh, darling, because she wants to see you with that laughter. Can I please give you a birthday in the month of May, darling? She's talking about the month of May for a birthday. And also, she's just told me, she says, watch out for October. So I don't know if there's a passing or a birthday in the month of October, but you've just got to watch for October. Right, because she's talking about that as well. I know I've missed a birthday, because she's just said we've missed one. So there's been a birthday just gone. All right, because she said I've missed one. All right, sweetheart. But I know there's a big one coming up. All right, she says she'll be there for that one. All right, darling. It's funny, because we've been on about these little chihuahuas, haven't we, coming? Yeah, them funny little dogs that man were carrying out, woman. And can I just say, she's on about chihuahuas, so I don't know if you can understand where somebody had chihuahuas, or you live with where there was chihuahuas. And she said chihuahuas. Normally I'd get a dog, but she actually said chihuahuas. So can I give you that to think about, though, because she's on about these chihuahuas. All right. She just said the right little things, you could mop with them. So she was comedian, weren't she? I've got to say, I would have loved her, because she liked the laugh. And she didn't like to see nobody miserable, so she would cheer them up. Okay, sweetheart, but I've got to have a drink of tea with you. She said, I'll just have my tea. Yeah, she said, I'll have my tea. All right, she said, anybody could come. The kettle was on. They could have a drink of tea, darling. They could put all the problems to her. She knows that they would have gone with her to Spirit, because she never passed it on to anybody. All right. Can I just please give you Albert? Yes. Albert's just shouted in as well here for you. And I've got to, all right, darling, I've got to give you a passing on a Tuesday, sweetheart. There was a passing, it's hard to remember, but she's making sure that you know about it. There was a passing on a Tuesday, and I've got to say it was about 5 to 1. 5 to 1. I don't know, afternoon or night, but it was about 5 to 1, and it was on a Tuesday, she's telling me. All right, if it's afternoon, that's fine. She didn't tell me, but she's making reference to that as well. Can she? Oh God, I've already told you about your red dress, haven't I? Can you make your mind up with your hair, love?
It's got to go circle again.
She's a bit forward, isn't she? Because she's just saying that make your hair up, or sort out what you're doing with it, else it'll fall out. So sort out, sweetheart. Make out what you want and then leave it. All right. I want to give you 2 wedding rings. I'm sitting down. She's going to get me shot. I want to give you 2 wedding rings, darling. Well, if you flogged them, that's fine if you flogged them. Well, if you flogged them, should have split money. But I've got to give you the rings, darling, and I've also got to give you a beautiful one with a stone in it. And you had that one. Well, I'll tell you what it's like. So watch for it. You go on Antiques Roadshow with that one. It's got like a green emerald in it, and it's got little white diamonds round it. Will you watch? But she's laughing now, because you can't. It's only fake. So it's not going to be a real one, but just watch where you come across it. All right, sweetheart. I've got to give you a big hug and a big kiss. And she says, come on, now, keep up here and not back down there. All right. And just watch for, oh, I've got to be careful now. Just watch for the new beginning. Yes. All right. Just watch for that. And she'll be with you every step of the way. All right. Thank you. See how good there. Oh, good there.
Oh, that was the chair.
Are you sure? Don't
Yeah.
mind, hold on, so just in case.
Honest, it was the chair.
He'll tell you out.
Yeah.
He's had lots of veg before we come out.
I'm standing here, it's all right. I'm
Are you
not
sure?
going to move. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not going to, I don't normally do what Jean does, but I've got to just quickly come back, if that's all right. Yeah. Just a couple of things. You know, Jean was on about the Chihuahua. Yeah. The way I got it, because we often share a link, Jean and myself, the way I got it was, you know somebody who has a little dog syndrome. It's a person, but they've got that, you know, when little dogs think that they're Rottweilers. There's somebody around you, sweetheart, who is like that. They're only a little person, but they think that, yeah. And also I got that there's a situation around you at the moment, sweetheart, where she wants you to speak your truth. And because you're holding something back, and she's saying it's time you spoke your truth. All right. And that's all I had. So I will leave that with you and say, God bless. Thank you. Oh, right. And I want to come over here. Lady in the yellow dress, can I come to you, please, sweetheart? Your name's just gone out of my head. I didn't know it a minute ago. I have a gentleman who's come and stood with you, and the gentleman, as he's connecting with me, he's come through with a really strong, close link, because I'm feeling really hot. So I know he's brought his energy really close to me. So it's a gentleman who would have been really close to you while he was Earth side of life. He's just corrected me and said, no, I've been close to her since as well. So he's been around you since he passed to the other side of life. Okay, he's getting really close now, because I feel like I need to speed up. He's making me want to, so he's got a lot to say to you, sweetheart. All right, he is coming through with a very paternal energy. I'm not saying he's a father, but he's got that paternal feel about him. So he's a nurturing type of chap. He would have loved to see people develop and grow and watch them become the best version of themselves they can be. Very lovely energy as he's working with me. He is making me aware that, like Jean's just said to this lady, you've had times in your life where you've had low lows but high highs. And again, like I say, high on spirit, not on anything else. But you know, you have had those times in your life. And blessing is just saying, but the highs have been really good and the lows have been few and far between. So on the whole, they've been positive rather than, all right. You would also understand somebody who is in need of a lot of healing around you right now, because I've been saying to Nick since I sat down here, my hands are on fire. I really feel like I need to go and give somebody healing. And as I'm talking to you, it's passing through and coming to you, sweetheart. So I know you need some yourself, but you do need, you know, somebody who is in need of healing and upliftment at the minute. We will include them in our prayers. We always do. It's tickling my nose, and my mum always says if you get an itchy nose, it means you're going to get angry. So there is a situation around you where somebody is getting a bit frustrated and tense about something, because my nose is really burning. I'm getting really irritated with it. So you would understand where that situation is, where somebody is a bit frustrated and can't quite. It's as if I'm going round a roundabout in a car, and I just can't find which exit I need, and I don't know what to do about it. Right. I can't promise solutions and things, but they've told me, please be patient, please be patient. So
they are working with it, with that situation from spirit. All right. He's joined by a lady from spirit, and I have a back problem, but I know she would have been either unsteady on her feet or I've had issues around the back and legs because she's just come in. I've got to say, I feel like she's been a little bit tentative. There's a reason why she's just holding back a little bit. Let me just, because she's not bringing her energy close to me at all. It's like she's talking from behind me. And normally, like I said, they bring their energy to me. Right. Would you understand, or not would you understand, you didn't shout at me this time. You would understand why
No, I'm not telling.
she's saying to me, she sometimes wasn't the easiest person to get along with. Right. Because I just feel like she's got that hesitancy about coming forward, and I don't know why, and I'm trying to get her to come close, but she's just wanting to hold herself back a little bit. So I will respect her, but she wants to come, and she just keeps repeating, I wasn't always easy to get along with. And I don't know what that means, but if you understand it and she understands it, that's fine. It's your business, isn't it? I'm just the Bluetooth speaker that sits on the desk and shouts. Bless you. But you would understand, please, why she's saying to me, I lost some independence prior to her passing. Right. And she's also bringing to me the younger one. She's saying she's got the younger energy with her in spirit. Right. Bear with me then, because we need to know what it is. I need to get the right people to you. You would understand a male spirit side of life who passed younger. I'm younger than me. I'm 58. Don't know how that happened. It only seems like last week I was 19, but I'm 58. So I'm younger than me when I passed to spirit. Right? Okay. You would understand somebody who passed to spirit quickly. I don't know if it's a heart condition or what this was, but I know I transitioned quickly to spirit. It's not like we had a long illness and then passed. It was a quick pass into spirit. And I want to come on a family vibration with you as well. So somebody of the family who would have passed younger to spirit. And I don't normally get the physicality. I work with energy a lot, but he's making me feel like he's about my height. He's saying he had dark hair like mine. My hair's not dark anymore, but it was. At one point, it was quite dark. But he would have been a dark-haired chap. Still not. Right? That's fine. Would you understand a connection with James? I'm not saying James is in spirit, but I'm just checking I've got the right link, because I have been known to have 2 or 3 people queuing up. But I've just heard James. James could be here, James could be spirit. Right? So, that's fine. That's fine. Because my mum hates the fact that I get called Tony. I'm Anthony. So if I was to come back, I would probably say to people, I'm called Anthony, but I'm not Tony. If anybody shouts Anthony, I crawl under the table, because it usually means I'm in trouble, doesn't it?
Yeah, they don't like it, mum and dad, if you call them Tony.
Okay, so I also have a lady connecting with me who would have had some issue in the head, either a dementia condition, a stroke condition, but I feel quite not with it, with this lady. Right, I'm just establishing I've still got the right link to see that this chap's coming to the right place. Okay. Right. Okay. You can place for me, please, where I'm sure it's this young man that I'm talking to. Again, would have had some quite low lows in his life. Right. Because I just suddenly feel like I've been deflated like a balloon. And I just feel a bit, ugh. Okay, as he's connecting. Right, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure he was going to the right place, that's all, because I knew it was important I got him to the right place. Okay, bless him. And lovely energy to work with. As he's coming close to me now, I can feel he's got this lovely warm energy, and he's really calm, and he's really sweet, but the highs were high, but the lows were really low. Okay, that's as far as he wants to go with that, and he just wants to acknowledge that he's here and he's okay, and he's glad he's got to come through. All right, bless you. As he's connecting with me, I've got a dog that's just come alongside my knee and come over to sit with you. Now, as well as bringing an animal from spirit, dogs for me represent loyalty and protection, so that's what he's bringing through to connect with you. All right, so he's bringing this loyalty and protection. And again, he's saying, like the chap said at the beginning, I never went far. So he's just reiterating that he's always been around and he's fine. Right, bless you. You would understand where either somebody still takes flowers for him or puts flowers in the house on birthdays and anniversaries and things. Because he's talking about, he knows the flowers are for him. So I don't know where they go, but he knows the flowers are with him. All right. Right, bless you. Lovely. He likes that there's still clothing of his here. So whoever is connected with him must still have either a jacket or a fleece or something that belonged, because he's talking about it's still here. All right, bless you. All right. They are starting to pull back from me, my darling, but you would understand, please, that I've got to give you weighing scales. So connected with you specifically, there must be decisions that you're wanting to make or things that you're thinking about, and you're weighing up the pros and the cons. And because I just these weighing scales going up and down, and they're just saying, please trust your gut, because that's where spirit will always come to you from. So trust your instincts about it. And they've just said, you don't need me stood here to tell you all of this, because you do it. And I've got to say, they're all lining up. So when you decide to go for it, you've got an army of people that will be there to support and help you through and inspire you. All right. And I will say God bless and leave their love with you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I know, excuse me, sweetheart, I know Tony gave you flowers, but can I just give you some roses? Because they've just said I've got to give you roses. All right, and I've got to give you a nice white one and a red one. And the red's for strength and the white's for purity. All right, and they just told me I've got to give them you. Okay, can I give you the 22nd of February as well, please? You're going to have to think about it, but I know they've said it, 22nd of February. That's fine, I just got the date, sweetheart. All right, like I say, this is what can happen, we can jump into one another. All right, is it Tony? Thank you. Is it Tony?
Yes.
Well, I forget names, the one name goes straight out to other faces I'm okay with. But do you mind if I just talk to you for 2 minutes? Because while you was stood here, I got a gentleman what come and stood behind you, sweetheart. All right, and as he was stood, but he was taller than yourself. All right. In fact, you were quite tall because he like overshadowed you. All right. And that's how he just come along. And he was, I'm not being rude, I've got to go really careful, but it was broader as well. All right, sweetheart. But he's coming in with that strength for you. And at the moment, I know you're an healer and I don't know how much you do with spiritualism, mediumship wise, but at the moment, can I just say that they're holding the hand out for you? And they're just waiting for you to take it. But at the minute, you squeeze one of these and bringing it back, and then you're going a bit further and you're bringing it back. But they're saying, well, why don't you just leave it there and then we can hold it? All right, and that's what they're trying to do. I've got a Neil what wants to come in, sweetheart. I keep hearing Neil being mentioned, and I feel Neil's from way back. All right, so just remember I've given you because you look a bit lost, but I know he said it 3 times, so I know I am with you with him. All right, sweetheart, but look back. Can I also, and you know the saying, the old white old, what I've got to go steady, I've said this, wise owl, that's a bit like you. You're more wiser than what people think. Sometimes, you know, like they look at me and they think I'm right dopey, but I was a social worker, so I can't be that dopey, can I? You know, I've got degrees, but that's how they look, darling, and they say you're a lot more wiser than what people think, and you take a lot in and don't say nothing. All right, and that's what you do. You sit there, you take everything in and you don't say nothing. All right, but you will do. You'll learn to say what you need to say. You know, instead of keep holding it, because there's things you're going to have to say. All right, sweetheart, you can't stand there and keep holding it all in. You are going to have to say some things, because these things what you do need to say. All right, you can't just sit back all the time now. All right, I know there has been a rift at some time because they're giving you that olive branch and it's there for you if you're ready to take it. But that's your choice, sweetheart. Okay. They've just said you want some new denim jeans. That's rude, isn't it? It's like your red dress, isn't it? It'd be very rude. They're on about wanting some more jeans, sweetheart. Okay. But you've noticed, all right, darling, go a bit slower for me. I don't know if you've lost a little bit of weight, because they're talking about some weight loss. And that's what they're about. So I don't know if that's why you're wanting new jeans, because they're getting a bit big. I don't know, but that's what they're talking about, sweetheart, the weight loss. Okay. Oh, and can you go to bed earlier? They're just saying you stay up a bit too late and you need to take more relaxation. You're an healer, you know what to do, you meditate, but sometimes you're not doing it for the right reasons for you. All right, sweetheart, and that's what they want to do. Just bear with me. Can you understand the police officer? Oh, because I thought I was over here. Now that you're going into police, gentleman in orange is looking at me, because they're mentioning the police officer here, sweetheart, as well. Okay, well, you have got quite, oh, and Keith just shouted. All right, sweetheart, they're all coming in now. All right, but you know, quite a lot of people, and I know that there would have been quite a lot of passings within a certain time. You went through, say, 4 years where somebody passed all the time, and there was a couple where they may have gone in the same year. All right, sweetheart. I know I've gave happy birthday out here, but I've got to say happy birthday around you as well, darling. Okay, and all right, sweetheart, go slow. Oh, there's a lot of dogs coming about, but you've got a wolf. Now, I know wolves are very much spiritual, but you do know you've got a wolf around you. All right, sweetheart. Well, just watch where it'll bring its little baby cub, because I've got a little one coming with it. All right, so just watch that, darling. But there's so much, and there's loads of things for you to do. So just be prepared, because Spirit's going to throw so much at you. You know, I'm telling you to relax and get to sleep, but they're going to be throwing stuff at you. So that's why you need your sleep. All right. And I'm just, all right, sweetheart. I shouldn't ask questions. Mom, in spirit. Right, because I've just heard Mum. All right, darling. So Mum's sending a love there as well. Okay. And I've given Betty out, but you can understand her better. All right, because I've just heard Betty again. So I'll leave you with Betty. I want to get around as many as I can. All right, love, so I'll leave Spirit's love with you. They just said September. September. All right, so just watch. Tony, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Come on, then. I want to go to, and I want to get, I'm putting it up. Sorry, I'm putting it up to get some more in.
I always give Jean at least 5 seconds before
Well,
I
I
stand
were going to
up.
give him some jelly beans.
There you go, you see. I knew it wasn't worth me standing up just yet.
You can take some jelly
Bless
beans,
you.
sweets.
Yeah, I've got to go to Wayne. Is that all right, mate?
Oh, that's where I was going when I said orange. I'm looking at him with police officer.
Yeah. No, you're not going to be a police officer, mate. Right. I have a lady and a gentleman that have joined me from Spirit, and they've come together. So I do know there's a connection between them as they're coming through. They're either brother, sister, husband, wife, but I know that they are family related as they're coming through. The gentleman's bringing his energy towards me first, and he's coming. He's not as close as this lady as well, but he is quite close. So I know he's on quite a close connection with you. Again, I've got this feeling of not always been the easiest person to rub along with. Right, okay. And I know it's easy to say, but we've learned a lot since we've gone to spirit. But what I'm getting is, as well as him learning a lot, you've come on a long way since he went to spirit as well, if you would understand that. Would you understand a lot of personal growth around you in the last few years? Right. And he's also telling me that it's escalating. So you're learning a lot more about yourself and where you fit and think, right, okay, I've got my thumbs up, which from spirit is a lot of pride and a lot of joy. All right. Because what he's saying is he never got that growth here, but he's got it now. Do you understand this? Right. Okay. I know Jean gave an olive branch, but this gentleman symbolically is handing a branch and saying, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but can't. All right. Okay. Bless you. I'm also getting, right, they're giving me dates, and if I get dates, they just circle a line on a calendar, and I've got to sort of hope I've got the right one in the middle. So just bear with me, but I can be a day or so off. But I need to be around the 24th of a month for either a birth anniversary or a passing. And he's also just followed that with June. So I don't know if it means the 24th of June or the 24th of a month, and June is significant as well. Right. Okay. He's bringing it back again, but he's given me a bouquet of flowers with that, which is more celebratory for me. So I don't feel it's a passing. I feel it's more either an anniversary or a wedding anniversary or a birthday, but it's celebratory. He's also given me, hang on, what is that? You understand Old Spice aftershave? Right, because I've got Old Spice aftershave. My granddad used to wear it, and I love it, but I've got a bottle of Old Spice aftershave, so I'll need to hand you that. I've also got to give you, I know I've just said a lot of personal growth and ever so well, and a lot of pride from spirit, but I've also got to give you a little bit of a shake in the nicest possible way, because he says, you've still got that little voice in the back of your head somewhere that says, but you're not good enough. But you're not good enough. Will you not listen to it, please? It's hard, but you've got to put that to one side, because you are. And he's really proud, and he wants me to re-emphasize that there's a lot more you can do. And if you just quiet that little voice a little bit. All right. Okay. I am getting appointment cards, so there are appointments in the near future that he wants to reference. I don't know if they're medical or what these are, but I've just got a card with appointments on it that he's checking off, so just aware of it. And I also need to give you, he's shown me a watch. Mine's one of these smart watchy things, but this is a proper watch, a really watch that you wind up. So, and in the family somewhere, there is a watch that would have either come through this gentleman or from this gentleman, but there's a watch that he's acknowledging. And bless her, the lady still stood here, but she's just not had chance to bring her energy forward a little bit. But all right, I've got to acknowledge again a condition of the head that would have affected how somebody processed information, because I feel really jumbled in my head. So it's either a stroke, dementia, or somebody was quite heavily medicated towards the end of their lives. And I feel I'm connecting around a female energy around there as well. So, but I just feel like I'm not with it. Right, okay. But I need to make you aware that she heard everything, she felt everything, and she was aware, even though she didn't always seem like she was quite with it, if that makes sense. Right, bless you. Again, I need to acknowledge where flowers are placed in memory of somebody in spirit. So they're either taken to the crematorium, the cemetery, or they're placed in a vase at birthdays, Christmases, anniversaries, and things like this. Okay, and I also need to acknowledge a black and white photograph of a gentleman and a lady stood together in a metal frame. I don't know if it's a silver frame or if it's just a brass frame, but there's a photograph that you would remember seeing on somebody's side or mantelpiece of a gentleman and a lady stood together, and it looks to me like they're under a tree or something because I can see like a dappled shadow on them. If you can't place it, I'll hold it because, like I said, there is a chance that there's other people pushing in. But I do feel I need, if it's not for you, it's for your good lady there. But if you can't acknowledge it, that's fine. I just don't, I'm not a chip shop. I don't like to say take it away with you, but sometimes you've got to. All right. Can I give you a Henry? Henry. I've just heard Henry as clear as a bell. I've got a feeling we might have moved. Let me try one more. Right. I've got to give you lavender, calming scent of lavender. And I've also got to give you an apple tree, a memory of an apple tree, because I'm seeing it in a black and white sepia colour, so I know it's going back. All right. So I am still there. Okay. And I need to acknowledge somewhere in the family a stroke condition because I feel my arm's gone. So somewhere in the family connected with you. I'm not saying they're in spirit, but I need to acknowledge a stroke condition. Okay, that's fine because my arm's come back now. Okay.
It's getting a bit closer now.
Yes, yeah. All right. And I know Jean's given 2 wedding rings out, but you would understand where somebody has 2 wedding rings. So either married twice or wears somebody else's wedding ring because Jean wears her mum-in-law's. All right. Okay, because we'll acknowledge the 2 wedding rings. All right. And I've just heard Lily. Dentures are coming out. If I hear something, it's usually a name. If it's a plant, I normally see the flower. But I've got Lily, and they've just said Lillian. So it's a name that's connected. If they're here... Pardon? Oh. I normally see them if they're to do with plants, but if you can take a lily pad, that's fine. That's fine. But normally I see the flower if it's a flower. Okay. But, right. He's saying it's going to be a long slog, whatever this is, because I'm marching. So it's going to be a long slog, but spirit are walking with you, all right? And they will support you in everything that's to come, but just quiet that little voice, because you are worth it and you can do it, all right? I will leave the love of spirit with you. Say God bless. Thank you.
Am I right? We.
Get up and get on with it. Because I've still got Henry.
It's just said, you've got 15 minutes. We come as a pair. Can I talk to the lady in the, is it purple or a pink jumper though? Yeah, me. I love it when there's me. You look, we have to look what we've got on, don't we? Can I talk to you, sweetheart? Because I've got 3 ladies what's coming around you at the moment. I can't say if it's mum, nan, sister, but I do know there's 3 ladies, darling, what you can understand in the world of spirit. All right, and they're all coming around you, and it's as if they're all coming, darling, and giving you loads of healing because that's what you need. All right, darling, because I always say it's as if I put you in a sleeping bag, hear a shake, you might be all right next day. All right, and that's just how they're saying, because they're just saying that every bit of your body at the moment's aching. Can you understand that? All right, can I don't need your voice, but they do in case that I'm talking to myself. All right, but that's how they're just coming along, sweetheart, for you, okay? I've got to say, will you let people help you? Because you want to be so independent, which is lovely, but sometimes you do need that little bit of help, sweetheart, okay? And I know they're talking about round your home, if you need things doing, just let them come in. Don't be afraid. They're wanting to help you, it's just you. All right, and they're coming in and saying that. And can I just say, will you do though? You've got to make sure that someone mends that kitchen door, one of your units. I don't know if it's a bit loose or rockety or what, but they're saying that does need doing. All right, so get somebody with a screwdriver and get it done for you. Okay, darling, because they're mentioning that. And this, the oldest of ladies, I'll try to get them all in one at a time. But the older lady is just on about a chipped cup. You can understand where you're going. They have a chipped cup. All right. She's saying that would have never been there if it were mine. All right. She says that would have gone. You can get them cheap enough. You don't have a chipped cup. So I do know she was a bit particular that way. All right, sweetheart. I don't know if it's nan, mum, sister, like I say, but I just know they're there for you. But they're not very big ladies neither in height. They all seem to be more or less same. And it's funny because they all seem to be the same build as well. You know, the lost weight, I've got to say, I'm trying to work them out. The young one did lose more weight, she's telling me, prior to her passing. Okay. And the middle one, it's like, because we've just lost our sister. This is my sister. And so we go on, wait, this, that, another. I'm youngest, by the way. I'm youngest. But this is how they're coming in, sweetheart. What they're concerned about, you're not asking for help. All right. And I know that somebody would make birthday cards, Christmas cards, very crafty at things like that. All right, sweetheart, because they're talking about them as well. And I know that there's quite a few of those still left around. Okay. All right, darling. Can I give you a chocolate Swiss roll as well, please? Well, you can have it. I'm diabetic, but I'd eat it. But they're giving me that for you as well. But they are making me laugh as well because I've done it. Done it as a, you know, Yule log at Christmas, and then said they've made it all. When they bought the chocolate log and all they've done is decorated it. I've done it with kids, but they're just fetching that in because they're saying, Christmas, sweetheart, when you was younger, you had some really, I couldn't, which you're going to swear then. I really had some lovely Christmases. All right. There weren't a lot, but what you got was love. And you'd got that support and you made everything what you'd got was lovely. And they're just saying they want to bring that in. Okay. And I know there's around, somewhere around you, sweetheart, be in a box, put in a loft or something, where there'd still be an homemade fairy. You know, like we did fairies with the cardboard, and there's still one of them today, and it's in a box, shoved away in somebody's loft or something. All right, love. So when you're sorting things out, you'll probably come across that. All right. All right, wait a minute. Can I just say that she's saying that you need to get some stockings on? I don't mean tight stockings. I don't mean them at all, and I don't mean them sexy ones. Those, you know, to help your legs for swelling, them support stockings. I'll get it out. Them support stockings, darling, because you know that you bloater your legs, and they're just saying that that's what you probably need. All right. I know there's a doctor's appointment as well coming up, sweetheart. That's if you can get in. Keep it. All right, because she's talking about that, and she's just saying to me, stop overthinking everything, because you do. You overthink everything, sweetheart. All right. What will be, she's just said. All right. And I've got as well where there's a big family. You can understand where somebody had quite a few children, because she's talking about all the kiddies. And you must be able to understand where there was a passing in the last 3 years, darling. Don't just think of family. All right, because everybody thinks of family, and sometimes it could be a neighbour or a friend. But they're here as well for you, okay? Can I please give you Jack? I know it's common, but I've got to give you the name Jack as well, darling. All right, because he's here for you. And I know that when you're looking at photos, because you've started reminiscing about the good old days and everything, okay, you'll come across a chimney sweep. So way back somewhere in your family, there would have been a chimney sweep. So you're going to have to really go back. I don't know if somebody's done family tree or not, but there's a photo of this chap with his brush and his bits and bobs, and that's what he did as a job. It's not on a wedding photo. That was his job. So you are going to have to look back because it's there. All right, she's talking about that. I'm getting a lot of birthdays out, but you can understand a birthday as well in the month of August, sweetheart. Okay, she's talking about that as well. Can I please give you Jeffrey? That's what, I don't know if it's in spirit, darling, or on earth, because they're not telling me, they're just giving me the names. We're trying to get as many in. They're just coming in with the names, all right? Can I please give, oh, I've got a nice Victoria sponge. Somebody would have always baked. All right, they're here as well for you, darling. Can I, all right, wait a minute. And I've got Wendy, Miriam Wendy shouted in as well. Yeah? That's all right. All right, wait a minute. Just bear with me a second. She's showing me, I'm just asking what she's showing me. It's like a musical box, darling. It would have been, you know, like you get your ballerina on a musical box. It's one of those, sweetheart, but I'm going back when you was younger because it's not the older ones. It's like the pink, the girly ones. And she's bringing that in as well as a memory for you as well. Okay. Can I please give you a dog and a cat? The cat's not yours, but you can understand where you went where there was a cat. That's fine because I know the cat's there and I've got the dogs as well. There's more than one dog. There's quite a few and they're all different types, different heights, you know, big, little, chubby, thin, them types. All right, they're all here for you. There's so many in the spirit world, darling, what's coming around, what's there to give you that love and that support. All right, but get people in to help you. Stop trying to do it all on your own. All right, because they're willing to help you, let them. And will you just sort that? I don't know if it's a tap, what's dripping, or if it's your toilet, what's, you know, drain, what's dripping, but there's something dripping. Will you get it fixed because it's getting on the nerves? All right, but I don't know if it's outside or if it's your tap, what needs washer tightening up. All right, sweetheart, but get your cupboard door sorted out. Get them drips done, what's dripping. All right, and make sure that you lock your windows at night and your doors. All right, sweetheart, and I'll leave Spirit's love with you and say God bless.
Thank you. Don't say that. No. What? You sure?
I've just given it to.
I know, but normally.
No, no, you just.
No. Too late. You sat down now.
I know it do it. You did me.
Oh, sorry. Love you, really.
You wouldn't think it to look at.
She's my big sister. Oh, look at that. Bless her. Over the shoulder. Oh, right. Nick, Linda, do you understand a Henry? Harry. I don't know why they're the same, but apparently Henry and Harry are.
Yes, they are. Yes, because that was his proper name.
Because Prince Harry apparently is Henry.
Yes, he is.
But
Who is
anyway,
it?
yeah. It's like John and Jack, same number of letters. I don't understand.
that.
Anyway, yeah. So I heard it shouted in earlier, and I thought it was over here, but it's not. It must be for you two. And you understand as well a lady in spirit who would have had either a dementia or a stroke, because I'm very confused and very not with it. My thoughts are all over the place. And also, I've given this off a couple of times tonight as well. Somebody who would have been one of these people that you would test the temperature of the room before you actually entered to sit down and have a cup of tea, because like my grandma, if you got a certain response, it would be like, can't stay long, just popping in to say hello. Because, yeah, once made 2 cups of tea, gave one to the home help and sat down with the other one, left me and my other half sat there like, okay, I'll go make my own then, that's fine. But yeah, so I've got all this coming in. You would understand, please, that I know there's the anniversary of the Christian spiritualist, but there's an anniversary around either just been or just to come of something significant. Right, okay. And you would understand, please, the 24th of a month for either a birth anniversary or a passing. Okay, and I've also got to give you August and, hang on, August, November, and July. I don't know why we've got them in that order, but okay. You would understand a lady with, very careful how you make me say that, with a necklace of pearls. Okay. But it wasn't just the necklace, there were earrings, because I see it in like a clamshell case, you know, the velvet clamshell cases, and it was a full set. Okay. And I've got to talk about you clomping around in somebody's heels.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
No, it isn't. And I was talking, we were talking about this in circles. Which one was it? Can anybody remember? It's Tuesday Night Circle. We were talking about this because it came up.
I can just see a pair of heels and your little feet in a pair of heels. Anyway, I can't say a word. There we are. Anyway, yeah, okay. And can I give you, I know my grandma was Nancy, but can I give you a Nancy? And Nancy and Anne are, again, I don't know why Anne and Nancy are but I've got to give you an Anne.
Yeah, Annie.
Annie, but I've also got
Annie
Nancy.
Elizabeth.
Right, okay. Right, and, okay, just quickly, come on. I've got a gentleman's energy. I don't recognize it, but I've got a gentleman's energy, and what I've got to say is, he sits on somebody's bed. There's somebody who sits on a bed and makes their presence felt, right? And I've also got to give you a ring connected, okay? But I know Jean gave off a ring with a stone in it, but it's as if he's given it as a gift, a ring with a stone. I can't see what colour it is, but I know it's a ring with a stone. And something's worn around the neck in memory. Yeah. Okay. And I can just see a scarf. Yeah. I can see I don't know if it's a knitted scarf, but he's wrapping it around my neck.
Yes, yeah.
Right. And I know Jean's just said it to this lady, but it doesn't hurt to ask for help every now and again, please, sweetheart. Okay, and I don't mean it in any bad way, but he's just saying, but pride sometimes comes before a fall. So just, you know, it doesn't hurt every now and again to just say, can't actually manage that. Can you give me a hand? All right. And I don't mean you either, because you're getting a telling off. Mm-hmm. Because you would understand, please, where somebody could be taking some of the weight, but they're not. And yeah, just remember that there is a straw that breaks the camel's back. And with that, here endeth the lesson. I will leave the love of spirit with you. I normally try to leave on a positive, but I just get the feeling if I stand here much longer, it's just going to get worse. Yeah. So I will leave it now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Now, it's just can I just say this quickly?
Yes, you can.
Lynn, very quickly, can you understand, please, somebody what would have passed through burst appendix? Burst appendix. Because they're just saying, will you just tell Lynn I'm all right? And that I went with burst appendix. I don't normally have illnesses because I don't. Right. Well, if it's same one, then darling,
No,
they just
it's
said
no
I went
longer
with
a
burst
no.
appendix. All right. I don't normally give illnesses and that out because we don't want to go over it, but that's what they just said. Burst appendix. You're welcome. Oh.
Tuesday.
Well, I'm sorry, I probably thought I were okay. Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
Very well. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Tony Swindells and Reverend Jean Pearson. And of course, there are two people centre back who would recognise my grandmother coming through, because she's yours too. Again, that's 2 weeks in a row she's been through, and this time she brought a mother with her, Annie Elizabeth. She was notorious in the area. When she passed 6 months before I was born, she had a specific number of living descendants. And had I have come a little earlier, I would have been 147 living descendant. So she was of a certain, well, let's be honest with you, we all know the area. Prickwillow didn't have much to do back in those days. Now they've got a spiritualist church as well. Quick plug there for you, Sacred Soul. Speaking of special occasions, I just want to give a quick mention. So you gave a message to somebody today. Now I know that a certain young lady has been keen to remind me that it's Wayne's birthday on Tuesday. But he beat her to it by messenger to say that on Monday, it's their wedding anniversary. So to Wayne and Celtic Rose, congratulations. See, I've finally admitted defeat and started writing things down. What can I say? And a reminder, if people do want to come to Walsingham en masse tomorrow, we're aiming to meet at the Mill Car Park in Walsingham at around about 10:30 in the morning. But details available after the service as well. There's been such wonderful engagement and conversation online today as well, including members of the Tuesday Circle. And I can't quite speak specifically the exact words of what was said, but the general gist of it is, oh my gosh, those darned blue shoes again. Because Mark and Mum, Dawny, it's hard keeping track of everyone. I know there's a number of people in the room who are in the Tuesday night circle. The blue shoes came up on Tuesday night as well, along with the pram and the various other items of clothing, which, you know, Mum's asked the school if that meant anything, and they said that means he'll make a wonderful father. And now I've got the collar to prove it. Yes, but Tony, Jean, thank you for a wonderful demonstration of mediumship. And most importantly, thank you to each and every one of you for being here, being part of it. It's kind of really strange that in one room tonight, I've got the first two people I met in spiritualism and the most recent birth in spiritualism, all in the same place, along with everyone in between. And it really does mean a great deal. There is history, and there is sweat, and there is tears, and there is blood in these walls. Mostly the blood is from me and Eunice having discussions after the service and stripping the paint off. But we wouldn't be us if we didn't do that. And I look forward to another 13 years of replacing the paint in the village hall. Mum, thank you for all the support you have given me personally, but also to this church. If it had not been for you, I could not be doing what I am now. So thank you from all of us for allowing me to be able to do that. And on that note, I'm going to say we have one more reading to do before I do. I don't know whether I should do the closing prayer first, truth be told, but we're going to brave it. We have one more reading to close our time together. So I give you, Teresa, good luck, everybody.
My spiritual journey. When I was a young girl in the cult, spiritual sect, our spiritual leader was a very wise old man. He knew of lots of things, about lots of different things. He would teach us about the way of a spiritual life, about being kind to others. One of his best quotes was about kindness. He would say this to me very often: "You can't be kind, be vague." And about helping others, he would always preach to us: if you think you are too small to be effective, You have never been in the dark with a mosquito. Such wise words. Spiritual leader would love teaching his flock of meetings. He once told me when I was 6 that I was like an owl and a robin. I asked him why. And I will never forget as he lay his hand on my face and said, so much care. First, my child, you are like an owl, because you are up all night. And you are like a robin, because you are full of worms. I will never forget his grimacing, smiley face. A very proud moment for me. When spiritual leader was teaching me about life, I was so scared to venture out for fear of being a failure. But spiritual leader gave me hope. He said to me, now remember in life, if plan A fails, you have 25 more letters of the alphabet. As well as, don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out alive. But I like to dream of a better tomorrow, where chickens can cross the road without being questioned about their motives. My spiritual leader told me never to give up on my dreams, so I went back to bed. I always told me never to give up. Whatever you do in life, give 100% unless you're donating blood. So my spiritual leader has taught me lots of things in life, growing up, that when he was on his deathbed, I wanted to do something to help him. When others were helping, wiping his brow, holding his hand, chatting away to him, I went to the kitchen, got a glass of milk, and I saw a bottle of brandy on the side. I thought, why not? It's medicinal. So, poured a bit in, gave it a stir, and gave it to him. And I noticed his spiritual leader took a sip, took another sip, took another one. It was all gone. He had to keep back the glass. When one of the older boys asked, spiritual leader, do you have any more last wise words of wisdom? Spiritual leader sat up and looked around the room at all of us, and he raised his left hand. He said, whatever you do, do not sell that cow. Such wise words never to be forgotten. So wise that I have decided I am not afraid of death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. And if anyone thinks I need a therapist, I just need a hug from a tree.
Proving, of course, that humour is very much still alive and kicking in Little Port's Miraculous Church. Thank you all one more time. Let's join together and close this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine, universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the continued opportunities provided to come together in love, in friendship, laughter, upliftment, compassion, kindness, and most of all, truth. The truth that life is eternal, the truth that we are all one, and the truth that together we can make a difference each day in any and every way we find ourselves able to do, just with a smile or a laugh or a warm, kind gesture. We know that it is our responsibility to make the world as it is in heaven. As we go out into the world, Great Spirit, we know that there will be times of difficulty and struggle. In those moments, dear Lord, we say, we do not ask you to move the mountain. Just give us the strength to climb. And so, until we meet again, I ask for a blessing to be placed on each person here present, the friends and families that they represent, so that your love, your upliftment, and your joy may spread like a wild bond that ties us all together. Until we meet again. Amen.
Amen.
Well, friends, we are about to get a surprise. We are due a raffle any moment. But Tony is waiting in the wings. No? Oh, okay. Right, that's all right then. So we are about to have thank God for that. We are about to have our raffle, but of course, most importantly, we need to say goodbye to everyone who's at home.
Sorry to interrupt.
You what's it?
You can't say goodbye to everybody at home just yet,
Okay.
because there is just one more little surprise.
Okay.
Don't worry, it won't bite you.
That makes a change.
Don't worry,
Okay. This is different. Let me unzoom the camera. There we go.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you got close up, darling.
I wasn't ready for my clothes.
Well, it turns out that you are now. So we will have the raffle in a moment, and obviously something's going on. When we have the raffle, of course, before we have the raffle, we will say goodbye to everyone. I just got to say, I think the mileage travelled tonight for this service is probably the most it's ever been, because we've got these lovely two coming all the way from Rotherham. And it was about 9 o'clock this morning when Kazza got on the train in Forfar. And I picked her up at the station in Littleport at just past 5, weren't it? So, that sounds worrying.
It does, doesn't it?
Wow.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Littleport. Happy birthday to us.
Thank you. Hooray! They ain't the kind that explode, are they? No, that's all right. Right, I tell you what, the power of intention, the power of thought, whatever you want to have your focus and your intent for the next year, think it now. And as my role is as minister, on our behalf, I'll blow out the candle. So after 3, start thinking your intents for the year ahead. 1, 2, I hope my lungs are good enough for this. 3. Oh, I get to cut the cake. Wow. Thank you.
Wow,
Oh,
what a
so
stunt.
come here. Thank you. Oh, well. I look forward to cutting the cake. We've got, look, friends, as well as the raffle, we've got food and food and food. So do stay behind for food and raffle. There's loads. One last time, though, a big thank you to Tony and Jane. God bless you all. May the peace of the Great Spirit go with you all. And to all of you out there who, over the years, has kept us going. From all of us here, to all of you out there, after 3. 1, 2, 3. And God bless you all. We will see